Day 3, Episode 3, breakfast time, fresh mozzarella, fresh bread, pesto, parmesan, tea, and the Joe Rogan podcast. This, my friends, is the breakfast of champions. Perfection. Oh, didn't notice you there. Guys, I have recently rediscovered the joy of reading, and it may not be the highest degree of prestige and difficulty, but I have fallen in love with these Star Wars novels. So this is actually the third novel of the trilogy I'm reading. So these two I already finished. This is the first one. It's about Darth Bane. It's called Path of Destruction. It's fucking amazing. If you like sci-fi even a little bit, if you like Star Wars, please don't hesitate and get this one. This is the second one. This is called Rule of Two, and then this is the final book of the trilogy, which is called Dynasty of Evil, and I'm like halfway through this one. I finished those first two in the last 2 months, and I just want to make a quick stand for reading is so good on so many levels. It calms you down. It's like meditating. It helps you relax and have fun while still training your brain. It's not as mind-numbing as watching Netflix all night or watching a movie or anything like that. It has just made me a calmer person, and it's just a joy to do. Also, don't underestimate, nothing is better and has more entertainment capacity than our human mind. If you're watching a movie, you're always trapped within the confinements of what producers and companies are able to produce on the screen, right? When you're reading a book, it is your mind creating the characters, like you're creating the movie. So it's always going to be the best movie because you're making it. So if you haven't been reading, or if you've never read, try to read. And look, guys, I know a lot of people they like to start trying to read things like this, like Power of Now, which has talked about a lot. I feel like I cannot talk with these racists. I hate it. But what I found about reading is too many people want to instantly jump into reading something that is considered philosophical or spiritual or has really deep meaning that often is too complex to enjoy. I urge you, try reading something for fun, like these books, like these. I'm telling you, man. You can make fun of me reading Star Wars, but this is so much fun to read. It's never a chore, and because of that, I'm also again reading other things. I'm back to reading more technical stuff because I'm just more in that flow of general reading and spending time on it. So I urge you, look up the Darth Bane books. They are the best Star Wars books that exist. I'm putting that on myself, on anything. If ever there was a Darth Bane series or a movie created, it would blow all the Star Wars movies out of the water because Darth Bane is the most vicious Sith. I feel like I'm just spitting at this point. He is the most vicious Sith of them all, alright? If you don't believe me, go read the books. And now it is time to be off. to the gym leg day. Oh my. Lunch, nothing special, keeping it clean. 400 grams of chicken, rice with spices, and a whole avocado. That's it, August Reset. Afternoon, I'm currently on a call with one of my clients, Valdemar, and I wanted to give him the chance to talk to you guys, as he is also an avid content creator. I actually genuinely like and believe in this content, so I just wanted to I told him I wanted to prepare a 1-minute thing because he works on TikTok a lot, and I'm gonna film it so you guys can see what Valdemar has to say, and then put it in the vlog, man. So here we go. We got my boy on the call. All right, Valdemar, this is your opportunity. Don't get too nervous. The Wounded Viking Nation is listening.
All right, what I want to talk about today is our toxic traits, habits, our ugly shadow sides that we don't really like, and that we tend to see ourselves falling victim to. Like, we think it's some kind of curse that we somehow got cursed with and we can't get rid of. Like, oh, I have anger issues, I'm jealous, all these kind of things that we're like, why can't I just get rid of this part of myself? And the point that I wanted to make that we tend to overlook is the very fact that we're benefiting from them. And it's almost to the point where it's so subconscious that we don't recognize the fact that we are benefiting from them. We think that we're just victims. When in reality, if you look at something like jealousy, the truth of it is that we're choosing jealousy, or our subconscious mind are choosing jealousy, because what jealousy really is an over-focus, an over-analyzation of what's going on. We have some kind of fear that, what if my partner would cheat on me? And so to avoid any danger, we're over-analyzing every single moment so that we can spot any danger that could be coming. And thus, we get a sense of safety from our jealousy. And so if we really want to get rid of them, if we truly don't think that it's serving us, what we have to do is we have to recognize the fact that we are benefiting from them and say, okay, can I live without this benefit? Once we realize what the benefit is, can I live without it? And maybe even change the perspective that we are viewing our toxic parts to see that they are giving us some kind of benefit, so that we don't have this hateful relationship towards them, but are sort of able to identify that it's part of us, and it's sort of helped us feel safe, feel okay, feel at ease within ourselves, so that we change the dynamic between them, so that it's not that we're trying to blame ourselves and we feel shameful and guilty about it, but that we can sort of accept that. And maybe in that acceptance, we're actually able to let go of it as well.
Absolutely, man.
And that's all.
Dude, that's sick. I like that. I like that a lot. I wanna chime in on that. and say, I feel like we are kind of living in the self-development era where we are all constantly like, we're all reading books on how to be better people and how to let go of our toxic parts, like you said. But at the end of the day, like, we can only be ourselves. So if you can convince someone into like dating you and being with you and holding up this like act of being this like profoundly spiritual and good developing person, but in the end, the real you is always going to pop back up if that's really you. You know, and me, I want to share that for myself. Like, I grew up being highly confident, probably arrogant at many times, and at some point, I kind of began to hate myself for it and thinking, oh, I have to be this humble guy, this nice guy. And then I went all the way over to the other side where I started caring way too much about people's perception of me. And I realized and understood, like, it made me weak. Like, I would have social gatherings and stuff and then spend the next 3 days thinking about if I said something wrong or if I offended someone. Whereas before I would be like a bulldozer and just offend a bunch of people and don't care. Obviously that also wasn't the way to go. But then like becoming too critical is also very bad, and I learned to embrace myself for who I am.
Yeah, that's good. I can definitely relate to that. The whole like doubting after I leave a party, oh, should I have said that differently? What if they're angry at me?
Yeah. That sounds fucking stupid.
Well, if they are, I had good intentions, so let them be angry. It's not in my control.
Exactly, man. Like that really happened to me. Like I really got in my own head about that, and I'm learning to embrace myself now. Like the strength that I have, and don't be scared to be a leader, you know, and don't be scared to to not fit in and stand the fuck out.
Yeah, I hear that. Like, I feel like conflict are a very natural thing, really, in the world. But me, as having grown up as a people pleaser, something that I would at all costs avoid, you know, and recognizing that because conflict is like a part of nature, like it's not something that can be avoided. It helps me at least understand that it's not something I should blame myself for when it happens, and at some points maybe even allow happening, because it's like, well, it's the healthy conflict potentially.
Yeah, dude, and I think the mistake that a lot of people make is they try to fit in, then they figure out it's really hard because they're always like second guessing and they're being anxious about like social situations in their own head, and then they're like, fuck it, I'm gonna quit being social altogether. Like, there are so many people that always talk about that, like, oh, I don't like people, like I've been disappointed too many times, so I stopped being around people. I got my dog, I got my cat. Like, go on the internet, man. So many people have kind of like renounced friends, and like they just believe in being alone. Like, I don't think that's a superior alternative to sometimes offending someone and being yourself and being real, you know?
Yeah, it's funny because I had that situation with one of my friends recently where I felt he did that, just exactly what you described. And it was so sad to see, like almost like checking out of life, you know, like being like, okay, this is uncomfortable, I'll avoid this, but it's like life. This is, you know, like you can't avoid life. This is like, there's a reason you're here, and it's a little bit uncomfortable being a human, but this is where we are.
Absolutely.
And avoiding it, you're avoiding life, and that's not going to make you feel better.
All right, now your time is up. I was supposed to give you 1 minute. You fucking got 7 minutes out of me. I'm gonna charge you double for next month, man. Fuck this shit. All right, Valdemar, hey, hold on. Where, if the people want to follow you, where can they find you?
On TikTok, on Instagram. I don't post on Instagram that much, but TikTok and YouTube I mainly post on. My YouTube channel is my name. I think it's easier if you write it, because they'll probably not understand it when I pronounce it, but it's Valdemar. And my TikTok is Valde, VALDEBN, and then _ on TikTok.
Got it. All right, man. Thank you for checking in. Peace out.
Nice. Thank you, man.
Hi, my name's Spencer. I'm a filmmaker from Chicago. I'm a person who struggled with anxiety, OCD, and mild depression for most of my life. I've seen many therapists and tried many different medications. Recently, I was kind of looking for something more, to get more motivated, to get more things done, and I had just come across Lorenzo's YouTube channel. I just started binge watching, and I became so inspired about his attitude, the way he goes about things, and he just seems so genuine, so intelligent, and I just decided to reach out because I thought if he could make it through everything that he had made it through and be succeeding so well now, that he must know something. And I can safely say he does. He's so much different than any other therapist I had seen before. I felt like more of a connection. I felt that everything that he was talking about with me was from experience that he had and not just something that he learned in a book. And I think that's the biggest difference that I could honestly say. So he's helped me so much with motivation, organizing my life, more confidence, and the biggest thing is to live in the moment. And I really appreciate what I have and who I'm with and what I'm doing when I'm doing it. And that was something I've never done before. So once again, I would like to highly recommend Lorenz, aka Wounded Viking. Please hit him up for life coaching.